This is Alicia Johnson recording my literature review vlog for the COM 601G Communication Fluency project that we had. So basically the project that we were assigned by our professor was to create a works cited or reference sheet with a collection of 13 sources from various scholarly articles, reviews, and other works based on a list provided to us by our professor and sent out on a scavenger hunt, which also included our ability to choose an article based on the topic of our choice to begin our own personal research on the matter. So I chose the article, The Impact of Social Media on the Fashion Industry by Iris Miller, and using the library databases at Everett, which is the extension from the Queen's University Library, was a really interesting experience for me. The last time I used online databases was actually when I was an undergrad getting my bachelor's degree. So it was a little bit of a time-consuming process to get back into the flow. I ended up using databases such as NC Live, EBSCOhost, and other ones that they had selected based on both subject as well as titles and authors. Overall, it was a little bit of an uphill battle for me based on the search process, getting through the advanced search and using the Boolean searches compared to the smart text searches that they have now inserted into the databases was a little bit challenging to get a hold of, but overall they did have a very comprehensive database to choose from. I did notice in the citations for the materials that we used, we were supposed to be using APA resources, and again, the last time that I was so fully immersed in APA style was when I was an undergrad, so it was a little bit of getting refamiliar with the materials and different things that we are required to do according to APA style. I did use the manual that we had in place for our class, as well as online sources such as Purdue OWL and the APA style book. I did find that some of the databases offered APA citations for the articles that they featured, and this tended to be a little bit tricky because they didn't always match up with what was in the book. So it was very challenging just to figure out what was the right citation, because some of the books aren't always up to date with the medium options. So you could have an option in the book for a blog or a seminar, but one of my articles or sources was from a online picture database, which is kind of like a blog but without the actual wording, so there was a little challenging to figure out what was the proper way to cite that in my reference page. So my overall thoughts are that this was a great project to help us build our familiarity with the databases, getting us comfortable with using APA style, as well as getting out there and searching for information that we needed that was not only insightful on the topics that we wanted to discuss, but also peer-reviewed and scholarly in their nature. The APA citations can be difficult with so many source options, as I noted before, but it just takes a little bit of extra time to figure out what is the best way to cite the source that we are choosing to use. Overall, I thought this was a great opportunity to grow as not only a researcher, but as a student in the communications field.